My love, as I thought about you, and what I'd like to say to you and about you in these vows, I've been thinking about this lifelong romance I've had with the concept of predestined love. Song lyrics like, you know I've dreamed about you for 29 years before I met you, or a surprisingly beautiful speech from an impressively dumb manga that goes, I wish I could have 5 lives, then I could have been born in 5 different towns and eaten 5 lifetimes worth of food and had 5 different careers and fallen in love with the same person 5 times. And I love this idea and feel strongly that when I call you my person, which we call each other all the time, usually holding hands or with a kiss, but I mean to say I was put on this earth to find you and love you and be loved by you. There's a physics thought experiment that says that if you know the location and momentum of every particle at the beginning of the universe, then you know every collision, and not every physicist says this, but every kiss until the end of time, and therefore every atom that makes up me has been bumping into stuff for all time, trying to mash my lips into yours. But then sometimes I feel like there's something missing in the inevitability of that statement, because I feel lucky as much as I feel destined. You are my person, and I am yours, and meeting you as the person I am, with the experiences and values and ideas and everything else that makes me so dazzled and inspired and in love with the person that you are, is both obvious and astounding. It's luck. And more than luck, it's choice and practice. I would love you if you weren't so brave, but you were the bravest person I know. So it's more than inevitable, it's specific, and it's intentional. I love your laugh, and your smile, and your sense of justice, and how caring you are for the hurt of others without losing yourself in the process. I admire you because of who I am, and that is so precious to me that you can be my person, because you're the person I most love being with in the world. The person I look up to and admire and want to hold and be held by, especially because of the person I've become. So, in the Jewish tradition, holding opposing statements in your heart is equally true. I was put on this earth to be with you, and I'm so fortunate to have landed in the exact right moment and experience to love you completely. We're already in the practice of any vows we can make. I've watched us both learn and work to meet each other in the ways we want to be met. You treat me with so much care and respect and love that any vow spoken couldn't possibly invoke change. How can you vow more than what you already are to me? But as a ritual, in the language of omens and prophecy, I vow to always make honesty and communication the cornerstone of our relationship. I vow to share my hopes and fears with you and give space and attention for you to share in turn. I vow to always include you in decisions and changes that affect us both, to keep your needs and stated goals close in hand as we move into the future together. I vow to support you in your decisions, to be a source of care and love through trials physical and emotional. There's so many components to how I think we show love for one another. A thing you do I love is when I'm insistently asking questions one after another, you stop me and ask, is there something you'd like to hear from me? And you make me realize that I need something that I haven't learned how to ask for. And the way you say it without judgment, but just to see my anxiety met and soothed, is the most beautiful thing I can imagine. I vow to challenge myself to grow beside you. I vow to show in word and touch and acts how much I love you all our lives. I love to be able to say it all our lives. You know already how much I love you and how many ways we love each other, how much we do and what we do to be present and care for one another. What I want to stress now is all our lives. But I'm so happy to be here, that this is, because I'm writing this ahead of time. I'm beyond excited to say this to your face and feel how deeply true it is. This is the happiest day of my life. I vow to be with you forever, my dearest, to show up for you, and be a support for you, and love you through every good and bad event that comes our way. I'm so happy to stand here and pledge to be with you forever, because nothing could be more exciting or wonderful than it.
I can't tell you enough how in awe I am that you exist. I was sure the type of love that I'd always dreamed of, a love that's like second nature, a love that allows for two people to be soft and imperfect in. A love that feels like it had been waiting for the two of us to find each other to reveal itself. Was a thing that books and movies had, but not real life. And then you came into my life, as a friend at first, watching period pieces and falling asleep on voice calls. Months of never being in the same space, just getting to know each other via screen and text. You came to stand in my driveway offering your mother's pie and hot chocolate on holidays. During the pandemic, as I was so close, but made to be so very far from the normal chaos of my family. You stood in the rain, and I was so excited to have a friend like you. Then you kissed me. I felt so strongly that you were the one when immediately after the kiss, my reaction was to set very clear and honest expectations about what I wanted in a relationship. And you responded by being just as honest. It was like being seen fully, absolutely, my heart pounding while still feeling so safe. The next day we drove around all the places I grew up. I wanted to give you as much information as possible about who I was, who I am, to nestle you right in, show you everything you missed so you were all caught up. While it was quite the slew of information, it is still so exciting whenever you get to learn something new about me, and I get to learn something new about you. Matthew, you are my whole heart. You are the first person I want to tell everything to. I always want to feel you near me. I can hear myself maybe talking too much about you in conversations with others, still giddy like it's a brand new romance even years later. I still look at you from across the room or next to me in bed with wonder that you love me just as much as I love you. My heart still skips at your smile. You are so caring and empathetic, from your friendships that mean so much to you, to always checking and asking out loud, do they need help whenever we see a car on the side of the road? I love hearing you talk about subjects you know tons about, so passionate and excited. I've learned so much from you. You are gentle and kind. I see you with others, and I'm so proud to call you my partner. You take such good care of me. I'm still in the practice of asking for help, and you are so patient. You remember my favorite things, bring me flowers whenever you leave the house for errands, know my sore spots and often help me mend them. You read me to sleep, kiss my forehead, listen so intently, and talk through everything good and bad with me. You're my best friend, my person, the love of my life, my partner, my all. Matthew, today we are getting married. We are sharing this incredibly special thing we have with those we love. And I am so excited. Head spinny, heart fluttery, breath catch, warm flush, goosebumps kind of excited. And I get to spend the rest of my life with you. To end this love letter to you, I have some promises I would like to make. I vow to always hold you in times of quiet and glowing love and in times of tears and hardship. I vow to continue to be curious, to learn and grow with you, to never cease to ask questions and embrace changes as they come. I vow to listen to the facts and lore about Magic the Gathering, even if I may never understand them, and I will never tire of hearing you talk about something you love. I vow to care for you, physically, emotionally, mentally, all the care possible. I'll bring you a headed cat in bed, hold your hand, to just be there to listen, and of course, to watch Harry Potter for the umpteenth time. I vow to never stop making girlfriend soup, though we may need to call it wife soup now. To bake your favorite things and to learn to make even more of your favorite things, I want you to feel spoiled. I vow to continue to turn our house into a home with you, to fill it with affection, goodwill, laughter, consolation, protection, and tons of antiques. I vow to love you with all my being. Through thick and thin, sickness and health, through all life's constant whirlwinds. I am yours, my love, and I am so eternally grateful that I get to be your partner, to have you in my corner and be in yours. I couldn't ask for a more special or perfect person to spend existence with than you, Matthew. I love you so.
Brother, and I was asked to make a speech today. So, and also now, yeah, Matthew's brother. Me and Erin have a 6 to 7 year age gap depending on the time of the year. And unlike most siblings, I think that we actually have a really special, unique bond with each other. She used to be the go-to person for basically everything when it came to growing pains or pop culture references or anything that I deemed was cool at the time. She took me into her friend group and brought me to Comic-Con and brought me on a bunch of adventures and let me experience the world in a way that was unique, but also surrounded by people that were unique as well and accepting and loving, and really set the pace about how I should treat others. And I wouldn't be the person I am today without her, and all the fun times that we spent together and all the trips that we've taken, and us almost dying eating in and out because we kept saying G like, be like, am I, can't I, for no reason at like 2 in the morning. Something about your vow stood out to me, and it was the talking about the love that doesn't exist outside of the movies, the books, stories. And I remember connecting with you on that when we were younger and believing that that was a hard thing to find. And the moment that I met you, Matthew, and I saw how you treated her and how you just were around her, just existed, nothing special. I can't tell you how heart-filling that was to see someone love my sister the way that we used to talk about, and when we were kids, you know, I was thinking about this earlier. I can't remember when I met you exactly because you just melded so well. As soon as you were part of the family, it just made sense. Every gathering that I saw you at, every Thanksgiving, I was like, yeah, that's my brother. Hello, welcome. It was just totally natural. And I can't wait to spend more time with you guys on your deck, looking at asshole mohawk birds and pitching D&D ideas to you, Matthew, and eating Taco Bell and just having a great time. I'm so happy that you guys found each other, and I'm so happy to be the brother to both of you, and I get to have you guys, even now in my adulthood, learning how to love as well. So, a toast to the newly wedded couple. Woo! Officially. I love you guys.